Hey, hey, hey. Happy Friday. Can I hear you, Mike? Could be me. No. That's a great start. Let me see here. I think it's audio on your side. Still can't hear you. Sorry, dude. Give you a minute. Get it settled. Oh, this is give Mike here like 2 minutes. Of course, they too we got audio issues. Still figuring this out, but oh, there you go, Mike. You're back on.
All better?
Much better. Sweet.
Yeah, what did I do? I joined apparently without my microphone connected or something.
No sweat, man. They too. We're learning here.
Yeah, doing it live. That's how we roll.
We're doing it live. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Friday. It's a good Friday.
It's a good Friday. We got plans for today. We got ideas. We got things we want to share.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. I'm gonna put a rough agenda up really quickly for everybody who's joining. But if you're new here, and just like we, this is episode 2 of Prevention Live, where we're trying to break down how different attacks happen and figure out how to prevent them. Can you even prevent them? How do they work? Today, we're going to chat about what EDR misses and really what the modern threat actor uses typically to make the EDR miss things. Mike is going to rip through a few things here in a live demo. We'll talk about a little bit about like known EDR bypasses. Again, old school, living of the land binaries and script. If you've never heard of this project, the best day to Google this was yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about, again, drivers. How can drivers be abused essentially to bypass EDRs? A little bit of what EDR killers are today, or as we know them. Remote management tool. And again, remote management tools also can be abused or misused, or however you want to catalog it, but they get used all the time to make EDR just not say anything when an actor is doing something malicious. And then I think signers and sysinternals are almost like the last 2 bits here. Signers, we talked a little bit about this before, but signers, signer certificates can be stolen to sign essentially malware. And sometimes EDRs will see this and just, it looks good to me, run it, right? We got a legitimate site certificate, right? Yeah. I don't know, Mike. A few thoughts on those known EDR bypasses?
Nah, I think it's good. I think we have so much content. We got 30 minutes. I think doing it live just kind of speaks for itself at this point.
Hop into it.
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
Some closing thoughts. All right, here.
Yes, Velociraptor thoughts.
Exactly. The best kind.
Oh, gosh, there's so many buttons. I have too many buttons to play with. Yeah, so we have 2 machines. We're just going to rip things on. If you want to follow along at home, you could do that too. I hope I'm on the right machine here. Yeah, so I do what everyone else does. I just download things. I install things and play with things, right? So I think to start, I guess to start, this machine in particular has Falcon running on it. Yeah, the latest version, all that kind of stuff, super cool. It works. And so I guess to set the stage is when I was staging on this particular machine, there was a bunch of drivers I brought over. either from LOL drivers and just drivers, that I had already committed to LOL drivers. So everything's already public and open. There wasn't anything like ultra fresh. I will say because Falcon obviously is an AV engine, it triggered on a bunch of this typical stuff that obviously should be picked up. The last one I saw on their page was like TrueSight. The TrueSight driver was picked up by it, which makes sense. That's pretty commonly known and everything. And so that's that. And then as I was staging, I brought in a bunch of things for like EDR killer drivers, and there's binaries in here too that would load those particular drivers. It caught not all of them, but there's a few in there. A couple other drivers. These are all just different ones that were related recently that were like from Crack Proof. This is a PR that we had submitted to LOL drivers. So this is just different ones. And then I had downloaded this one, I think straight from somewhere. And then I have a bunch of demo-y kind of stuff that we can kind of click through and play with and see what happens. Obviously, the biggest thing is that when adversary lands or a red teamer comes in, they're going to run a bunch of things. Or if you think of like a click fix campaign, we're going to run through all of these pieces. So to start, I'm just going to run RustDesk. If you haven't played with RustDesk before, it's a really cool RMM. I guess we'll start with RMM. Is that okay, Jose? Since we're here.
Of course, it's probably the easiest one to explain, right? Like,
yeah.
To me, that's the one that when I speak to folks, I usually explain first, just because most people know what an RMM is, right? They used it, right? Like you're using this thing to remote manage your systems one way or the other. Fun fact, the Living of the Land RMM project, we kind of have two bundles of things in there: remote access tools, which are lightweight RMMs, if you want to call it. I call them that. They're probably not that. They're RMMs have a bunch of other features on them, but it tracks both remote access tools and RMMs. Yeah, RustDesk is a fun one here. I'm a fan of this one, Mike, because it doesn't require installation. It just runs.
Yep.
Which is nice. It just runs in memory, right? Like, and it talks back to like a configurable server, which is also nice, right?
Yep. Yeah, I ran it just a minute ago. Now it's cracking out.
Of course, man. Demo guys are not with us today.
Yes, I'll run the old one.
Can't do it live.
See what happens. So it happens, doing it live. I have other ones we could play with too that always run. Got my AnyDesk. You can see it trying to load. Oh, here we go. Double tapped.
It ran all of them at the same time.
Yeah. Typically, you always have more than one RMM. But yeah, so AnyDesk, there it is. It's connected, ready to go. Oh, bring it back. My RustDesk. RustDesk is cool, like you said. Yeah, you just toss in those keys and start running, do whatever you want to do. Please set up your own server. So, right. So nothing malicious. This is all just like your typical stuff. No AV is going to burn down your TeamViewer or AnyDesk because these are legitimate tools. They don't want to. This is my favorite part about AnyDesk is if you close out of it, it's like, do you want to install? And it like highlights the yes, like you should do this. It always gets me. You always have to click no.
You always gets around me. Forever. Yes.
I know. It's like, dude, like leave me alone. So anyway, those are our RMMs.
When you ran these, did you have any EDR running on this box right now?
Oh yeah. CrowdStrike's right here, dude. He's just waving along. Oh, that's OneDrive. But here's CrowdStrike. Yeah, he's down there. Falcon. He's in there. He's right there. There he is. No alerts. Portal side, no alerts. So it's just kind of waving, hanging out, watching.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. So that's,
Yeah.
Is it worth to say this is not not to pick on them? Like I actually am a huge fan of CrowdStrike. This is not a CrowdStrike thing, right? Like any.
Yeah. Any AV, like I said, any AV or EDR, right? Your detection engineering role at this point is to make sure you have content built for RMMs to go look for the ones that you don't use.
And if you have a SIM, while you're loading that up, if you have a SIM, we do have some SIM detections here on Living of the Land RMM that helps you hunt for these. I'm gonna drop it on chat.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Got backup over here.
Yes.
Right in the chat.
Couple other tools that I just ran. AnyDesk is a Spencer special, and also PinkCastle is another Spencer special. Again, I'm not gonna I don't have a domain, so it's not like I'm gonna sit here and type domain names or anything, but just kind of shows the binaries will run. Again, pretty typical potential admin utilities. These are like those gray area binaries, right? So yeah, you just kind of run them, play with them.
And I'm not super familiar with these two, Mike. I've seen them. I've seen Spencer talk about them, but what do they do? PinkCastle and AnyDesk.
Yeah, they're meant to query your domain and extract info out, tell you potential attack paths or weaknesses in your environment with Active Directory, more or less, right? Like that's their whole gig, Active Directory.
Would it be fair to say like, okay, so Actor sends the user RustDesk, hey, here's a phishing thing. Like I'm Jimmy from support. Please run RustDesk. We're doing troubleshooting on your machine. And then he runs AnyDesk. Now he's enumerating your domain. None of these things, clearly, we have, again, a very, very amazing EDR running here. Still quiet, right? All quiet on the Western front.
Yep. Yeah, it could be, red teamer staging their software. It could be adversary landing in through the RMM, dropping files to, how like they'll call you and social you to be like, hey, like we want to test, your performance on your machine is broken. We want to help you, and they, like rename AnyDesk to like performance checker so they can run that. You run it for them kind of thing.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, here's some files that dropped. Yeah. But yeah, so just typical like tools, right? Just things chilling and running. And I'm going to do another test here. We talked about like drivers and whatnot. Let's go. Actually, while we're here, let's just run a quick EDR. So if you're following along on Twitter or anywhere right now, there's this new EDR killer / QoS, quality of service type thing, basically reducing the network traffic for EDRs to like 0. So they can't reach out, right? And the idea with EDR Choker, just released, is that if I run this should more or less stop the EDR from being able to talk back to its C2 server. I'll call it a C2, but being able to phone home. And the list that comes with it by default, I just went to the GitHub page, downloaded it, and this is the list of all the default ones that it will more or less like choke so that they can't reach their, service, the database or SaaS provider location. So you just run that. It's as easy as just EDR Choker list, and it just runs through this whole thing, and it's meant to just reduce it. CrowdStrike is on, I don't know, it's aggressive mode, and I shared a Twitter screenshot, like it's there. But the reality of this particular thing is that it's not doing anything truly malicious. It's native to Windows. You're just putting a QoS policy for these process names. It's no different if you were running PowerShell. And I jokingly posted this on Twitter because I think it's funny because it's like, the reality is you can create rules for like anything here. So I created a simple list. Oh, it already has them in there. But like you can go through here and just create a simple list of other binaries or any binary, and it'll show you all of the, it just creates QoS rules, and you could reduce it, which I just reduced it to like, I think it's like 1 kilobyte. So this is really light. So again, it just restricts anything in your list to very small. So again, it's nothing malicious. It's just doing kind of like things that Windows does. Yep.
This is what QoS does, right? Like I'm actually, when I didn't know how this attack worked. The other attack crop up, I'm like, this is actually pretty brilliant. Like,
it makes sense. Like,
it makes
total sense.
By the way, naming 10 out of 10. Like EDR Choker, like awesome. Okay, you visualize this, like.
It's as simple as that, right? Like, just give it a bunch of names, and it just goes and reduces them. That's it.
It's amazing.
So, but again, you could do it with PowerShell. It's I don't know. I hate to call it like not rocket science, but it's not rocket science. And again, you're just chilling. Falcon's just chilling. I hadn't seen an alert for EDR Choker, so AV's AV, right? Like they're just going to signature things, but again, it's not doing anything truly malicious. It's just a QoS binary at that point.
Question for you, Mike. So with EDR Choker specifically, you can run it through PowerShell, right? So I'm assuming that's some sort of commandlet or something, right? And
yeah,
how does somebody prevent this? Can somebody even prevent? You can't stop PowerShell from running in your machine. Right? You're gonna break your OS. A bad day. So how do you? I mean, as a defender, how do we go after this? Like, I mean, and short of like writing the 13,000 detections against some PowerShell arguments, right? Which literally is not the way to solve this. Like, how do I prevent this?
Yeah, I think it's to start with just like an inventory of what QoS rules are out there, if anyone's running or creating them. Obviously, you can look at your script block logs. You can look at, people running commandlets and things too, just for kicks. But if you have an AMZ provider or you want to rely on an AMZ provider, you can do that way too, because this is just running straight here in PowerShell. EDR Choker specifically, it does load a driver that is native on Windows. Let me open up the repo real quick. It uses pacer.sys. Yep. And that's native on Windows. And the idea is that, it says it relies on it. So the idea is that it basically just loads that driver, puts the QoS in, and and that's really it. Or you just run it in PowerShell. So it's almost like an inventory thing and monitor detection thing. And
I don't know if we tested this or not, but like, can I just prevent pacer.sys from loading in the OS and this whole thing goes away? Like, I don't have to mock with like baselining things or whatever, or would that break the OS?
I'm not sure with Pacer. I hadn't seen it used before. We picked it up on our inventory, but I don't see it load often, at least in our fleet.
Interesting.
Yep. So it could be something to just, if you're not doing any QoS, you might just be able to stop it.
You jank it out.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yep. So yeah, it's interesting. But that's just something to dig into, to go and see if anyone actually is loading anything. Yeah, we are at 12:18. So let's continue on. I have another cool thing I'll share. I wrote a tool a while back that is under here and under here. So I have all these drivers here. And what I did is I created a HTA file, which basically what it will do is, it says it right here, it's just a driver loader. It doesn't write drivers. It doesn't create anything. It's not really truly malicious. It's just an HTA that just creates services. And it's meant to just show and test moving drivers in the same path as this HTA. It moves them to see Windows tasks. It then creates services and starts them. And it gives them random names. And so the drivers that are left that you see in my file system here are the ones that were not picked up by CrowdStrike in this particular instance, which is fine. So I'm just going to double tap. This will run. Sometimes the UI loads, sometimes it doesn't, but that'll run. And then if you go to tasks here, I've ran this a few times, so you're going to kind of see a little bit of duplication, but it basically just renames them. Here's ones right now, right? Yep, right now. These are all created, so it moves them from the path, creates the service, starts the service, and then I have a log file here that basically just dumps out and says, whether they were loaded or not. And looks like this time, because it freaked out and it ran a bunch of them, it may not have worked, but earlier it was slinging about 8 of them that was working. Let me see what this one says. So just yeah. Okay, so it didn't like it this time, but I have another machine we'll run this on that has not ran this. So you can see there's like too much going on here. All the drivers. But technically what you would expect from like an AV, if it was capturing this by signatures, it would capture it by moving this and or me dropping it on disk, but if it's moved or created like that, it should have fired and picked those up. So a little HTA action. The other thing I would like, if you were really, really relying on like the aggressive mode of something or ultra aggressive, you would expect like if you just double tap like EDR Choker that it would have picked this up, which this obviously does. This is like the typical Microsoft piece, but if I just run it, you would expect that to get blocked too. I'm actually going to go ahead and make a quick flip here. Actually, let me run something here in the background while we're just chilling live. This is a tool that we created, Jose created, called LOLBins line. And what this will do is it basically runs through every LOLBins on the file system, attempts to find if it's there, and attempts to run it. I'm going to run this here in the background just so you can see what does trip. So you can see like it's not like just some fake smoke and mirrors like Hague is just running fake things, but yes, it does work. It does come alive at times. And you got to think though too, like we've been detecting LOLBins for 10 years. Everyone's pretty solid at detecting LOLBins these days. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run. I'm also gonna make a quick flip on our side. So I guess the full transparent, we do have our Magic Sword deployer on both machines that you're looking at here today. So and right now they're just in audit mode. They're not preventing anything, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna change us to enforcement and enforce this. I see a bunch of PinkCastle and RustDesk in here.
Oh yeah, this is gonna pop a bunch of stuff up. This tool's noisy.
Yeah, it gets very noisy. Yes.
Oh, super fast.
Yeah.
Literally
so
every LOLBins.
Yeah. And I think it's also running everything that LOLBins has on their YAML files, right? Is that how it loads? Yeah, that's
and
what
with
it's
the arguments. Yeah. It's like a hammer.
Which makes sense. Yeah, which makes sense why it's like triggering. And then before prevention comes in here, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Yeah, you can see it's still working, which is great. Yay. I'm going to run another thing here too. So something we haven't really shared publicly, but we created a new toolkit called Magic Atomics. And we'll talk about it more, but in this particular case, what it does is it is an atomic runner that will take techniques and all kinds of different things and create a playbook. I'll show you the UI when we change to it here in a minute. But in this case, I have a sysinternals playbook that will more or less, oh man, this is what happens. All right, we will skip Magic Atomics today. That's okay. We'll come back to it.
Save the best for another day.
I know. We'll save this one for next time. All right.
What a teaser.
I'm gonna let this,
what a teaser.
I know. I totally got y'all. So let this keep running. All right. I'm actually going to go for the sake of time because we're going to hit time here in a second. I'm going to move to our other machine that also has more evil to be played with. All right. So this box is our Defender machine. So when I brought over all the same things, Defender was like, yo, I found some cool toys. What you up to? Hello. So it's like, flagging some drivers or something, EDR killers, which is great. Yay. So again, I will run EDR Choker. Oh, they picked it up. Fancy. Good for them. Let's see if it actually worked. Yeah, I think they got it. Oh, wait.
High five.
I'm sorry. I think I have us in enforcement already. I flipped it for both machines, so that would make sense. Let me see. No, it's still an audit. All right. Well, either they picked it up or we picked it up, but I think they got it. So that's good. But yeah, there's that. And I'm going to run through. Oh, he's flipping out now. He's like, yo, you got all kinds of toys over here. So I'll run that one. If anyone wants to join my AnyDesk session, you can hop in. I'm going to go back to my HTA, which is hiding in here somewhere. Okay, there's AnyDesk. In the background is the other machine popping up all kinds of things over here, just going wild. All right, maybe back over here.
I think this Windows VMs are melting at this point. It's
yeah,
going wild.
they're certainly not happy. All right, there's my not malicious HTA doing non-malicious things. And what we'll see with Defenders, it typically catches a lot of the lull driver stuff pretty well, because I think the first line of defense with Defender is that they always kind of like signature drivers that we put into the project. So you can see it's kind of like tripping over here too, like, yo, like sky high. All right, let's check it out, see what happened. It's just like mad.
The Defender just keep kicking off.
It's like, what are you running?
Good. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah. So right here, we have about 12 of them out of the 20 that loaded, which is, I think I saw 8 of 20 or 22 on the CrowdStrike machine. So it's about the same, which is pretty good. So I created the service, it runs them. This is the ones that it was running. Obviously, like I said, when you move a vulnerable driver, AV should trigger on these. That's the goal, hopefully, but that's that. So let me quadruply check here. Is our policy?
Like we're gonna need another 30 minutes on this one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're flying.
That's all right. Look,
no,
next week.
Not bad. Do you want me to? What else can I show? What do you want me to show? That was very fast.
No, that's a lot. I know it's gone fast. Time flies when you're having fun. I think so. Like,
Yep.
Quick recap on my side, because I've again following along with everybody else. Like, we ran RMMs, nothing, right? You ran HTA loaded drivers.
Going crazy.
Again, Defender, nothing, right? Like, we ran there's like dubious tools, PinkCastle, AnyDesk, right? Nothing.
Yep.
From other EDRs, right? So again, these are the common techniques, as I understand them, that what get people compromised today, or what they use today. I feel like we have a lot more, Mike, especially with like the Magic Atomic. I know. Again, another teaser here. We have a special guest on the next episode here next Friday. Let's continue this. I feel like we have so much more to show. We can do another 30 minutes on this easily, right?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Got a lot of stats and data we could share too, and all that stuff too. But yeah, there's a lot.
Actually, I was gonna pop that really quickly up. I do have some numbers. I love metrics, and so does Mike too. We're very data driven. One of the things that, like, Mike, you pop these numbers out of our own production environment, right? We have quite a few endpoints under management at this point, and Mike pulled 30 days worth of production data for Magic Sword. And this kind of tells a little bit of a story here, right? Like, and Mike, keep me honest, but there's about 239 known leaving of the line binary scripts out there in the project, right? And what we saw in our production environment was that 95 of them usually executed, right? Like that those were like the actual things people needed, or the OS actually needed to run. But more than half, 144 of them, never ever ran. So it's like, why even allow it to run, right? If you don't need it, especially since, right? Is that the message here? Like,
I think the thing people will say with EDR and or detection, right, is that, well, we can't block these. Let's just detect all of LOLBins. And so we go and detect it, right? But the reality is, if you were to go and baseline your environment with whatever SIM you have or EDR you have, you would see these same numbers. You would find that about 90-ish, maybe 95 of the actual LOLBins project is firing in your environment today. And it's as easy enough to say, like, what are the other 144 doing across my fleet? If we're allowing them to rest on disk and chill, we're basically allowing the attack surface to continue. So block those 144 to start going down the list of why you need MSHTA or HH and all those kind of things. It becomes very easy to say, like, well, like, I really don't use these, and let's go ahead and just start blocking more and more. And then you've reduced your attack surface enough to not have to deal with these threats anymore.
Well, I think this is a pretty awesome second episode here. Even though we had a rocket start with audio, we're gonna get so much better at this. And again, next week we'll have a special guest. We'll continue this. Thank you so much, Mike, for the demos.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. See you next Friday, everybody.
See ya.